You ever been to Bluffton High School? Well, if you have, then you've probably seen Mr. Meyer and Mrs. Starkey. Well, today, I'm gonna interview them, other people, faculty and students that have worked with them, that know them, to see if they are always happy and if they have ever had a bad day. Alright, let's go do this. Jacob, out! First question, how long have you been working at PHS?
Well, I worked in the office for 8 years, and before that, I substitute taught for about 6.5 years. Yes, that's the best answer. I think I am. I try to be.
So there were a couple of points when you have gotten a little bad,
grumpy? No, not at
angry,
work. Not at work.
Or something?
No, not really. Not at work, I don't think. It makes life so much better. There's a lot to be happy about, a lot to be thankful for, Jacob. Well, there's kids that come in that are having a really bad day, and sometimes you need to give them their space, but you always offer them just a few words of kindness and just try and give them some encouragement when they come in.
Okay, well, thank you, Ms. Starkey.
Thank you, Jacob.
So, how long have you been working here, Mr. Meyer, at PHS High School?
This is my 7th year at Bluffton High School. Almost all the time I'm in a good mood. But we're all human beings, right? We all have things that sometimes make us a little bit down, a little bit grumpy, right? But in school, I try to be as positive as I can all the time. Oh yeah, there are some students that are hard to cheer up at times. But I still try to cheer them up, even if I know that it's going to be hard to do. Why did I choose this job? To be a guidance counselor, you mean? I like working in a school. I like working with the school schedule, and I like working with high school age guys and girls and helping them out with their problems. Students, working on their schedules and making their lives a little better, helping them with future goals and things like that. What don't I like, Jacob? I know. I like the students, and I like the faculty, and I like the community, so I like everything about it.
So you like the BHS students?
Absolutely.
Even sometimes they could be hard to deal with sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's when they need to be liked the most, I think. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. But Mr. Faldwell, if I ever need somebody, I can go ask him, right?
Yeah, well, thank you for this interview, Mr. Meyer.
You're welcome.
Have they always came in with a smile?
Mrs. Starkey and Mr. Meyer are two of the nicest people I know. I have never seen either one of them have a bad day. Not Mrs. Starkey and Mr. Meyer. I'm not sure they have a bad day. Even if there's something going on outside of school, they always put a smile on their face.
Okay, has any of them been working here longer than you, or have you been working here longer than them?
Mrs. Starkey was a substitute when I was teaching, and Mr. Meyer was one of my students. So I have been here longer than Mr. Meyer. One of my favorite students.
I have. I don't think they've ever been in a bad mood. Every time I walk in, that they have a smile on their face. So
I can think of literally maybe one time where Mrs. Starkey was in I wouldn't even call it a bad mood. She just didn't smile and like she always is, and I think she was just having a bad, just frustrated like we all get. But yeah, I mean she that's 10 years, maybe one time, and Mr. Meyer. Probably 0. I think he's always in a good mood, always smiling, always pleasant.
Always in a good mood. Mr. Meyer is always there to help me with college stuff and send my transcripts to colleges and everything like that. He's always he never says, oh, can we talk later? It's always, yeah, come talk to me in my office right now or whatever time works for you. And Mrs. Starkey, she's always the nicest person in the world. Whenever I see her face coming into office help, it just brightens my day because she's always so happy and it just makes me happy. She's just a great all-around person.
Every time I walk in, that they have a smile on their face. So.
Do you think Mr. Meyer is funny? Has he ever made you laugh?
He has a good sense of humor. He does.
Has he made you laugh?
He has, yeah.
Has Starkey
every once in a while.
Made you laugh?
Oh, of course she has. Her laugh makes me laugh. I've never asked her for some, but I have seen her give other students some.
Ooh, yeah.
She has. No, they have never been in a bad mood. Never seen them get out of hand either. They're always in a good mood, Jacob.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. So how long have you known Mr. Meyer and Mrs. Starkey?
Well, I think I've probably known both of them for about 10 years. Mrs. Starkey was a substitute teacher at first, and she actually subbed for me a few times in my classroom. And then I knew Mr. Meyer originally just from playing basketball around the area. Well, with Mr. Meyer, probably about 8 years, and then Mrs. Starkey 10.
10 years?
Yep, the full 10. Yeah,
Mood?
it was pleasant.
So besides seeing Mr. Meyer basketball, have you ever seen him outside of school?
Well, Mr. Meyer and I golf. together quite a bit, so I do see him on the golf course. And
You ever see him get frustrated about
No.
like miss a swing or something?
no, never. And Mr. Meyer luckily has a great golf swing, so he doesn't get too frustrated because he's usually hitting the ball pretty well. But he's a very gentleman-like person out on the golf course, just like he is in the classroom or in his office.
Okay.
And Mrs. Stark.
Is Meyer better than you at golf?
I would say Mr. Meyer is a very capable golfer. I don't know that I would go as far as to say he's better than me. I'm just kidding. He's very good. I'd say we're very equally matched. But when it comes to like good disposition and good character and good attitude and sportsmanlike qualities, he definitely beats me every time.
That's a good joke.
He's a jokester. I mean, he's a funny guy. I don't remember him or have jokes with me, but he's a funny guy, yeah, for sure. Oh, sure. I mean, Mrs. Starkey is always, on those days when I'm having a bad situation at school or whatnot, she kind of notices and picks up on it and is always, there to say something very positive and uplifting. And certainly Mr. Meyer's been the same way. I don't spend a lot of time in his office, having him be my guidance counselor, but there have been times where he's kind of, helped me through maybe a difficult situation with a student, shed some light on why the student maybe is having an issue or whatnot, and that certainly has helped.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Greasy.
Hey, it's a pleasure, Jacob. Yeah, thank you.
Seen Starkey give Pop-Tarts to the students?
I heard you talking about it to Grant, and I have never seen her give Pop-Tarts to people, but I'm one of those kids who wakes up really late and can't eat breakfast, so I might have to start copying some of her.
Please define the word copying.
Taking,
Okay.
asking for.
Thank you.
Like,
Okay,
I'm gonna
start
copy
asking
those
her
new
for
porn.
some Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that. As Miss Meyer made you laugh.
Oh,
I think maybe
Mr. Meyer
not.
makes me laugh all the time. I don't know if he's told me like any jokes or anything like that, but just how nice he is, and he's just a great person overall. I have nothing but good things to say about him. Yeah,
And
me
how
and
does
Grant
she
have
act?
office help, and if we don't know what's going on, we always transfer the call to Starkey or ask her to come in, and she talks to the person and settles them down and helps them out with whatever they need, and she's just always super nice, never gets upset, never anything like that, just always very nice to the person, is always very helpful.
Have you ever seen like someone call into the school that wasn't in school and talk about a student or something and she answered the phone?
Yeah, I've seen her do that multiple times. She's always there to give them the information they need, whether it's about their student or about the school, and she's just always there to help anyone whenever they need. So she's a really great person.
All right, well, thank you, Reggie.
It's
for
been great
this
talking to you,
interview.
J-Mac.
Now that I've interviewed both of them and some faculty and a couple students that have worked with them, now you know what type of person they are, how they act and all that.